Project X.
We've combined 4 different idiots.
Amish on Amish violence.
Are you wearing your fat pants? What are we talking about?
Yep.
Hey, I'm modern. I'm doing an impression.
Eh? Thank you.
Rump shaker.
Up in here.
If they came to Pat's house and they shaved Pat,
They would have been there for a while. I love the girl's laughing. She has no idea what we're talking about.
Project X.
Morning show said shit.
Okay.
You didn't realize what intro you pulled, did you?
Nope.
It's the new Project X show on the new Morning Show Central Network. We just flipped formats.
Crap.
I'm so texting him telling me he got to do a second time without even trying.
MorningShowCentral.com is Project X Show. I'm Otter. To my left is Pat. To my left is Girl. Nobody to my right. Johnny 5 is stuck in Youngstown, and we're not sure if Rooster's showing up or not. Since Johnny 5 was stuck in Youngstown this week, he wasn't able to get me a new intro. So I went back to old style before Johnny 5 came back, and Randa picked again.
I would say this intro is not from before he came back, though.
Isn't it?
No, because he did that to mess with you. Because
that
was when we realized that you had the exact same timing
Right.
and entrance every week.
I'm still laughing.
So he sat and figured out exactly when, like to the split second that you came in. So he threw that right when you were getting ready to say your line.
So there's like I don't know, Girl, besides Rooster, is the newest member of the show, and you've been around for like what, 2 years now?
Oh gosh, has it been that long? I guess it has been, because it was right around the time I started at the other job, and it's been 2 years for that job.
I would tell you how long it's been, but it still feels like forever.
It feels like forever for me too, don't worry.
It feels like I've been damned for eternity.
And what I did was I was trying to remember when Girl came along so I could pick an intro that at least she's in, not like the old ones where it's like myself and Brian and our old producer, and it just doesn't make sense. So I had at least...
Or like me, you, and Spanish.
Right. So I had at least like 100 intros to choose from. And I chose that one. Unbelievable. Anyway, if you're not already there, get to the website, projectxshow.com, project spelled with K.
Not with a C.
Backwards if you can, because we're awesome retarded. Just do the whole thing.
I don't think it's your headphones. I think it's the receiver, because mine's doing it too.
Mine's doing it too, yeah.
We are back from hiatus again. This is our second show in a month.
Or at least like 60% of us are.
Yeah. We had to take off last week because Girl was in a bad mood.
Is that why you took... I didn't realize you took off last week.
Yeah.
I at least knew that.
I didn't realize that.
Yes. We know that Pat's going to be gone from time to time with a new baby. And I talked to him earlier in the day because I wanted to ask him a question about his work, which he wasn't at. And I realized that he might not be back there as I was ringing him. And, he said he might not be, and then he told me he wasn't going to be in. And then I got the text from you later on where you said you weren't going to be in because you were having a PMS moment. And
called life.
Yeah, I think that's better now. And so I just chose to cancel it because it would have been myself, Johnny 5, and Rooster.
And who wants to listen to that?
What would we have done?
People would much rather listen to the three of us.
Right. So we missed a lot of things that happened in the past couple weeks.
Not chief among them, idiot nominees. I was like, we had 2 weeks, right? I can find something good. No.
What about, remember the one that you got when I canceled the show?
I don't know, but he won the last time we were here with a really good one. What was it?
What was the one I won with?
Yeah.
Remember?
It was like so ridiculous we didn't even want to do our idiots anymore.
I'm trying to remember.
Oh,
yeah. It was the London Olympics, asking Keith Moon.
Yes,
right.
yes.
I could have sworn you said you found one, and I called off the show, and you were like, oh.
That was it. It was that one.
Was it that
was
one?
the Keith Moon. Yeah.
He had it, yeah.
I realized we weren't doing the show that week, and I had it from the week before still.
Well, I guess you can't pull that one.
No.
I did the website. If you want to call the show, 888-668-0742, toll free worldwide.
Hey, I don't see that post-it note anywhere, do you?
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Someone got rid of it.
Who threw away my Post-it note with the fax number? Chris?
You're scouring for it now.
Oh, well.
We have a fax machine, and you can fax us stuff too.
It took us an entire show to figure out the number, and we wrote it down so we wouldn't have to figure out again, but someone got rid of it.
So maybe we'll have it again by the end of this show, and you won't have time to fax us anything. We missed the alleged terror plot
Oh, yes.
here in town.
The bridge bombers.
Minutes from my house, the
I
bridge
was saying
bombers.
that caught my attention because I drive over that bridge every single day of the week.
I used to bicycle under it a lot in the summer because it goes over the towpath in the national park.
Are there good places to put bombs underneath it?
Yeah, there are, except basically it was these 5 dudes, right? 5?
Yeah.
All hippie scum. I guess they were. I don't know if all of them, but at least some of them were involved with the Occupy movement.
Yes.
And they wanted to find a way to get back at the man. How were they going to show their I don't know, their discontent with the banking people and all these other whatever?
So instead of doing what any cool people do and just saving the empire,
Right.
they went ahead and planned to bomb a bridge.
Or what real terrorists do and bomb a big bridge.
Right, well, see, this-
one with a lot of people on it.
This wasn't even their initial plan. They had like other plans before they decided they were going to carry this one out. Allegedly, first one of their plans was they were going to blow the signs off of the banks in downtown Cleveland.
That would have made a huge statement.
And another,
I don't know which bank to go to. There's no sign here anymore.
Crap! What bank is? I'll tell you what. I've had people walk in confused.
because you have the
That's
sign.
with signs there.
Yeah.
Right.
Another one of their plots apparently was to stand on the bank of the river, one of the banks of the river, and throw C4, which is explosives, at one of the barges floating down the river and perhaps try to sink the boat.
Oh, gosh.
In the end, realizing they would have just recreated the 70s.
Right.
What about the theory that it was all the FBI informants' plan? Have you heard about that?
And this happens all the time with these kinds of people. This happened a couple years ago. There were some kids, and I'm gonna muff this story because I don't remember. But there were these kids who went to protest something somewhere. Okay, and basically they had taken Molotov cocktails to where they were going to protest.
I love drinking those.
And actually, I don't think you know what that is.
That's our post-it note, I think.
Our fax number, by the way, 216-744-9978. Is our fax machine on? You gotta turn it on for it to
well,
work.
I mean, come on. How are they going to fax us if it's not on, Chris?
See, we might not know. We might have hundreds or thousands of backed up texts from the past, or faxes from the past couple weeks.
I mean, I could have guys faxing me their pictures and phone numbers for dates and stuff,
Right.
and we would have no idea.
So these kids, I think it was like the Republican National Convention, maybe.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, and they had Molotov cocktails. And what happened was FBI guys, like undercover dudes, found out that these kids were going to do this, and they didn't set them up, basically, but they set them up to fail. They knew that they had the bombs and all the materials and all the stuff like this. And then once the kids left to go protest and do their thing, the FBI guys got them. And their defense lawyer said the same thing. Well, the FBI set them up.
Right.
It was all
Because
them.
It was their idea.
Yeah, the FBI basically said, hey, why don't you?
Right, they put it in their heads to do it. And well, listen, if somebody tells you or gives you the idea, you have the capacity to do it anyway. Like, whether somebody tells you to do it or not, if you're actually going to carry it out, you have it in you to be able to do something like that. Whether it came from the FBI guys or not, you shouldn't be walking around on the street.
Yeah. Well, and none of those guys went, hey, man, slow down. You're talking about bombing a bridge. That's kind of serious. I don't know if we should do that. So guess what? You were in on the plan. You agreed to it. It's your fault. Go to jail.
Well, sure, not only that, what happened was they bought 8 bricks of C4. Which equated to 8 pounds of this explosive. And the FBI guys called the kids and they were like, hey, dude, we have your bombs and come pick them up. The kids, on their own capacity, came to the hotel room
Yeah.
that the FBI guys were at, gave them their own money, and bought the bombs.
That's like saying, it's not my fault I bought the drugs. The drug dealer asked me if I wanted some.
Sure.
And I just said yes.
He said, hey, it'd be cool doing cocaine. And I went, you're right.
Give me some.
Yeah.
So finally they decided that they're going to blow up this bridge. It's not a big bridge.
No.
It looks pretty tall, and it looks nice from when you're down in the valley
From all
looking
the
up
videos,
at it.
yeah.
But it's like 1,000 feet long.
I had to explain to my wife where it was, even after telling her that I drove across it every day.
Right.
And I was like, "You've driven across it. It's between the highway and my work."
Yeah, if you can drive on it and still miss it.
And she was like, "Oh, is that what's beneath it? I never knew there was a park down there."
So they decide to blow it up, and like I said, the FBI guys they say, "Hey, we have your bombs. Come to this hotel room, and we'll set you up with your bombs." Kids came. The FBI guys gave them faulty bombs. So the kids went, set up the bombs. They punched in a code.
That's what I love.
To try to make them explode,
Like
which
in
went
the
to the
movies.
FBI, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which went to the FBI guys, and the FBI guys swarmed, and they got the kids.
I
I
love
picture it like Ocean's 11 when they plant the explosives on the vault door, and they're sitting there hitting the button, trying to figure out, hitting it against their hand. One of them's asking if they check the batteries.
It's the Is it the battery? Is that what it is? Was it the battery that didn't make it go? There was, yeah, I remember that.
Well, what's awesome is like it's not the biggest of bridges, and 8 pounds of C4 might blow like a hole in one of these walls, but it's not a lot of explosives. In fact, they one of the news stations had an explosives expert on, and this guy said basically these guys were idiots to think that they could bring down that whole bridge, let alone even a section of that bridge.
Which is, I mean, in the end, although it's not a major bridge or anything, it's a decent length.
Sure,
bridge.
and it's well traveled during rush hour times.
It would have been it would have been sad. It would have been a catastrophe.
It might have cracked the
Yeah.
road. It might have been like some of the potholes here on Superior because the explosives expert.
I'll tell you, go under that bridge
Right.
between the highway and here.
Yeah, the explosive expert equated it to trying to shoot down a 747 airliner with a BB gun.
Oh, yeah. That's a really good explanation.
One of the kids, I can't remember his name. It's not important. His mom was on the news not long after they were arrested. And he's a really good boy. He's a good boy. He graduated from high school with honors, and he's never been in any trouble. And then, like a day or two after that, the news came back and they were like, nope, because here's his history,
The police
his
record?
arrest record
Yeah.
of inciting riots and doing this and doing that.
Well,
and
and
yada,
it
yada,
was-
yada.
You can still be a good boy and incite a riot. I mean, come on now.
It was, and I think it might have been the same kid. They also had, one of the stations had footage of him months ago at Occupy Cleveland, like being interviewed and just ranting and raving.
It was that same kid. And it makes me wonder, like, if they're doing it, you know, they were part of the Occupy movement, and if they're trying to thumb their nose at the man and they're trying to get him good, why would you do it where you did it? Like, they initially thought downtown. They had a good idea of blowing a sign off of a bank downtown or something. And I think they were going to try to blow up, like, the federal building. They were going to try to blow up, I believe, the parking garage and or the federal building.
Well, I know the casino was a target, too.
Well, I say the federal or the Justice Center, and I know the Justice Center for a fact because they said reportedly, like while they were talking around the FBI agents, they wanted to do that and decided against it because they were worried about hurting too many inmates.
Well, and that was...
Oh, please.
supposedly, the casino was a target, preferably before it opened.
right, next week.
Because then there wouldn't be as many people in there.
I mean, listen, I think they could have made a statement a little bit better. I mean, then trying to blow up some bridge that half the people who live in this state haven't even
Don't
heard
even
of
know
before.
about. Half the people who live in,
Right.
in the city and the surrounding communities and the suburbs don't even know
Do
about
the
it.
Innerbelt Bridge. Do the Valley View Bridge.
Let's be
do one of
honest.
the big bridges.
You do the Innerbelt Bridge, you're doing them a favor.
Yeah.
You're doing
Right.
So you're helping them get done what
Yeah,
they're trying to get
blow
done.
up that thing anyway.
It'll be done in 5 years instead of 10.
Just wait till we're across first.
I think maybe they were trying to start on a small scale and just build up to their grand hurrah. I think they might have been, because Pat said he drives that bridge every day. I think they might have been targeting Pat's bank.
Oh no.
And they were
It was
trying
very
to get
specific to us.
the workers and the patrons of your bank, and then once they pulled that off successfully, then they would grow to a more regional and then statewide,
You know what it
hopefully
was?
national scale.
They were looking to cut off Brecksville from the new Giant Eagle in Broadview Heights.
Oh my!
That was the
God.
goal.
That would have incited panic. Panic in the streets.
You have no idea. That place is ridiculous. I got worried.
We did events there. I know all about it. It's crazy.
I work. That's one of the stores that I have on my route for this new job that I've had for the past few weeks, and I've been there since before the open. We were there like a week or two before the open, setting up all their stuff that we do for them. And then I was there for the grand opening, and it was like,
That place was swarmed because I didn't go there for the grand opening, but we stopped at the get-go
right.
to get some gas and to get, because we were on our way through. We stopped at my work, and then we were going down to Akron to see the wife's family and coworkers and show the baby to them and everything. And so we stopped there to get something to drink. And that parking lot was insane.
Oh,
I mean, it
absolutely,
was full.
absolutely. And they had when I first of all, I was worried because my boss told me before I went to the store for the very first time. He said it's the new Giant Eagle in Brecksville, and I'm like, great. I don't have a uniform for my job. I don't have to take my piercings out. I don't have to cover up my. I just have to wear my little name badge that says who I'm with, and I have access to whatever. So I'm like, oh my god, Brecksville, dude, and I got to deal with these people. And as I'm driving to it, and I see where on 82 it's at, I realize that it's in Broadview Heights. That's not so bad. Wrong. Grand opening. First of all, 96.5's there. I see one of my old students who is working promotions for 96.5. Yeah, doing some little spin wheel, one of those things.
Who I'm sure has his name next to a picture.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
Oh, God, you know what? That's a whole other side conversation. Somebody the other day recognized me off of that wall, and I was like,
I'm in the business.
Please take me down off of that wall.
I'm in the business. No, you make minimum wage to spin a prize wheel.
That's not what the wall says.
I wonder what the wall says about me.
We should go look.
I know.
I'm sure it plays you up as super mega producer.
I'm sure it does. Even I'm like, please take me down off the wall, please.
Best producer in Cleveland. But I'm in the store and I'm doing my work in the store and I hear violin music at the grand opening of this Giant Eagle.
Is this the Titanic?
And I'm like, I'm looking around and I don't see any loudspeakers. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, that sounds like live music.
Shut up, it was live.
I peek my head around the corner.
Closer, my lord, to thee. They're like, get out!
There is a lady walking up and down the registers, okay, back and forth, after, because there's the front of the registers where you go in, and then the back after you check out. Yeah. She's at the back of the registers, going back and forth for about 20 minutes, playing the violin.
This is a grocery store.
A medley of...
And it's not even a grocery, it's Giant Eagle.
Right. Not stopping for 20 minutes.
I mean, it's not like you're in Heinen's up the road.
Right. And it's a medley. She one song right into another. She's playing, friggin' the Titanic song, going into Ave Maria, going into Camptown Races, just all back to back to back without stopping. So then she stops, and I'm like, all right, that was weird.
That was very strange. Why was that part of the...
So then, I don't know, 10 minutes goes by after she stops, and I start hearing jazz music. And again, I'm like, what's going on?
You guys have the weirdest selection of overhead store music ever.
With no speakers, where is it coming from? So I peek around the corner again, and I don't see anybody walking up and down the registers this time. I look a little further toward the front of the store, right when you walk in the glass doors, and there is a live 3-piece jazz band.
Oh, my God.
Playing music at this place. Now, granted, it's a really nice-looking store. Their cafe that they have there, how you have the little cafe area in most Giant Eagles, is like a full restaurant in it. So they have a sushi bar there, they have a fresh pizza bar there, they have a whole sub shop, and it's 2 stories. The eating area has a first and second floor.
I mean, that's cool, yeah, but it's just
it's a little ridiculous.
Store, yeah.
And which I will give them is a giant upgrade from the Giant Eagle in Brecksville that they're closed.
Right.
Because that was the oldest Giant Eagle ever. They didn't even have a pharmacy.
Oh, jeez.
It took me 45...
This one has doctors on staff. This one has an emergency room.
You can get open heart surgery.
Absolutely.
At this
there's a
Giant
second
Eagle.
floor for the eating area. There is a basement where they keep the cadavers.
What's even better is, after this store, I get to go to Union and 116th.
That's a nice location.
Which is a great culture shock for a Friday morning. You have an idiot nominee?
I do. It's getting to be about that time of year just before prom season where a lot of schools and a lot of communities are putting on the mock crashes
to
discourage students from drinking and driving on prom weekend. And, a mock crash in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota almost became a real accident scene as an unmanned fire truck that the officials thought was in neutral was apparently not.
Whoops.
They thought it was in neutral with the parking brake engaged. It began sliding and rolled about 30 feet into the mock crash scene, sending 6 people to the hospital.
Oh, no.
The fire truck hit the first car at a low rate of speed, less than 5 miles per hour, but the 36,000-pound vehicle pushed both cars about 15 feet. 2 students, an EMS worker, 2 community volunteers, and a state trooper were all injured in the accident.
Wow. More people got hurt than will actually be hurt on prom weekend from their little mock-up. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, We have lots of stories because I printed out not only Heather sent girl sent me
Yeah, I don't know who that person is.
a lot of stories this
Our
week,
confidential informant, Heather.
and she also sent me a lot of stories last week, and I printed those out too.
She's actually a CIA informant, so we can't blame her for those moments.
Yeah.
But I might, instead of talking about these stories, talk about her personal life. Maybe.
My personal life?
Yeah, I want to know why you were so angry last week.
Oh.
Why we had to call the show off.
Just purely
I
because of
want to
your
know why
anger.
we had to call the show off.
We're going to take a short break. You're listening to Project X.
From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Hello, folks. I am Brian Ivy, and your MSC Radio Network weather is brought to you by NeoWeather.com. We had a big old rain system move out of the area, leaving some scattered showers this morning and some fog and some mist. And then after all that junk moved out, we just saw some clouds overruling the area. We will be decreasing the cloud cover tonight, especially along the lakeshore counties. We'll go with a partly cloudy sky over there, and then to the south, a mostly cloudy sky will rain. As we get into the overnight, we'll drop down to about 50 degrees and warm up Wednesday to only about 65, so it'll be a similar day as what we had today, with mostly cloudy skies around the whole day and a chance of isolated showers. Thursday, we are going to break down all the cloud cover and go with a mostly sunny sky. Temperatures will be cool, though, with only about a high of 60 degrees. For Friday, we will see the sunny skies continue and warm temperatures up about 10 degrees, so around 70 for the high.
If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you.
Hey, it's Big Daddy from The Marty Allen Show. Catch the replay of The Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on MSC. Now, my show airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3 p.m. and Saturdays at 2 at MartyAllenShow.com. But you can catch the best of The Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on Morning Show Central. So if you want all the latest sports news, entertainment news, and everything else that's going on in the world, then tune into my show live at MartyAllenShow.com and the best of the replays right here at MorningShowCentral.com. Get MSC and get cooking, baby.
Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. By logging on to lovecocaine.com. Heat 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectiphy backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectiphy backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectiphy can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectiphy.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call Joe the Printer Guy! Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com.
You know the fresh out of the shower feeling? Yeah, us neither. Project X.
If you're not there, get to the website, projectxshow.com, project spelled with a K.
Not with a C.
Backwards if you can, because we're awesome retarded.
Also, if you want to call 888-668-0742, toll-free worldwide, or fax 216-744-9978. Apparently, girl had I mentioned earlier that we had to call the show off because she was having PMS moments in a really bad week. We'll get to that in a little bit. If you cannot sit in front of your computer for 2 hours to listen to us, you can listen to us on your smartphone. There's an app called TuneIn Radio. Works on every smartphone. It's free to download. Download TuneIn Radio. Punch in, search MSC Radio Network on Tuesday night. You'll be able to hear us live. Or if you missed the show, you can catch the podcast on another free app called Stitcher. Again, works on any smartphone and is free. Search Project X or Project X Radio or any combination of those. My idiot nominee comes from Los Angeles, California, where an LA County Sheriff's detective has landed himself in a bit of hot water. Apparently, and I've seen a couple of these, there's this show on True TV, which it's funny that we talked about the FBI guys entrapping the would-be bombers of the 82 bridge.
Right.
I've seen this show, and I was like, that's shady, dude. Like, it's a show called Bait Car on True TV. And basically, what cops do in LA is they set a car up somewhere, like on the side of a road somewhere. They leave it running with the keys in it, and then they sit somewhere and just watch and wait for somebody to get in the car and steal the car.
Oh, gee.
No, they leave the parking lights on and with the keys in it.
That's what I said. This one was running. This one was running. And there's cameras in the car. That's the bait car. And I don't know if they have that, whatever the hell that technology is that shuts the car down, but whatever. They pull the people over and they get them for stealing the car.
I did once see a commercial for it where one of the guys was like, "Wouldn't it be funny if we're on that bait car?" And I'm like, if you know it exists,
and it does. It's been around for a while now.
Well, and it's even before the TV show. This isn't exclusive to them,
right?
To the TV show, there are police departments that do this around the country.
Which, once the TV show came out, and you know that they're utilizing it in LA County, and you see a car running or with its lights on or whatever it is with the keys in it on the side of the road, go find another car. Do some work.
Go find one that you have to hotwire.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's not it.
It's if it's too good to be true, guess what it is?
Well, what happened was they had the sting set up, and they had the detectives waiting around the corner or whatever, trying to get the people. This car that they had running was a Cadillac Escalade, keys in the ignition, engine running, and 28-year-old Keenan Alex saw a good opportunity to hop in the car, drive the car away. They pulled him over, slapped the cuffs on him. They took him to court, wouldn't give him his charges or whatever. Only problem is there's a law in every state in the union that says when somebody is arrested, you have to read them their Miranda rights. If you don't read them their Miranda rights and you arrest them and get information out of them after not Mirandizing them, the charges are dropped and they're let go. Well, in court, Detective Anthony Shapiro stated under oath that he read this guy his rights. And the guy swore up and down. No, he didn't read me my rights. He didn't read me my rights. Luckily, Bait Car was filming that day. They went back to unedited video footage and saw that Detective Anthony Shapiro, once he arrested this guy, said, "You watch TV, you know your rights and all that."
Oh.
Threw him in the car, arrested him.
Oh, no. How stupid.
Got the information out of him at the police station, and then when he went to court, they reviewed the footage and found out, you know what? He wasn't Mirandized, and they threw out all his charges.
Yeah, but doesn't the video prove that he did it?
No, he didn't do it.
It proves that he did not read him his rights.
Well,
no, he means isn't it proof that he...
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
He wasn't Mirandized.
Yeah, you have to Mirandize them no matter what.
The arrest, it doesn't count. Everything that was said afterwards it's all tossed out.
There can be a cop in this studio right now and watch me shoot you in the face, and when he arrests me, if he doesn't Mirandize me and I give him the confession and all the information and everything else, and it goes to court, the charges are thrown out. You have to. That's why the cops, especially the new ones, they carry around the little card with their Miranda rights on them. It's the first thing they tell you at the police academy. You have to do this, dude, or else your case is going to get dropped.
And I can imagine that your boss is not happy with you the next day.
Oh, no. This guy has been placed on paid leave for testifying under oath that he read the rights when he, in fact, did not.
Yeah.
Why paid leave, though?
You know what? That's BS.
The union. As much as I'm a pro-union guy, I guarantee it's in their collective bargaining agreement that...
That's kind of messed up. This guy shouldn't even have a job anymore. He lied under oath. That's like one of the biggest things. You have cops lying under oath in court.
Well, they're going to pay him as long as they investigate it, basically, and try to figure out how they can fire him without the union getting his job back.
Stupid. That's why I hate cops. So, we had to call off last week's show because I got a text, a very angry and emotional text from girl at about 4:30 stating, I'm sending over a bunch of stories this week. And I'm like, awesome. That's great, because I've been getting like 3 and one of them are usable. So I'm like, that's sweet. And as I read further, it says, hopefully that'll make up for me not coming in this week. That says BS. Blah, blah, blah. Why were you so frazzled last week?
Well, I've had, it's kind of been a whirlwind for the past couple weeks in my life, because my parents are moving to Colorado.
Oh.
And putting their house up for sale. And as I don't know, the listeners may or may not know, I had a roommate. She moved away, so I had to move back home.
Right.
So I was going to move out midsummer, and I know. So my parents like, listen, we're moving, we're selling the house. So I
did they discuss with you? Like beforehand, like before they decided to sell the house, were they like, hey, we're thinking about doing this. Will you be able to find something? Or were they just, all right, deal done. We're moving in May and you have to find a place.
Well, no, because I mean, I had been saving up money. So they knew I was going to leave in the middle of the summer anyway. So they were like, hey, you might want to start looking a little earlier because my dad was going to Colorado and...
Is it like for work stuff, or they just want to get as far away from you as possible? Because they can go further than Colorado.
Well, they say it's for work stuff, but I don't know. Maybe they just want to get far away from it.
I personally think if they were really thinking about it ahead of time, they would have just moved.
She has a little brother who they had to take care of, and they're like, man, he's up in college now. He's out of the house, but how the hell do we get her out of here?
Yeah.
We thought she was gone, and now she's back. And then you pulled a Will Smith from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where they had already moved and he was just going to live in the pool house. He said he found a place and didn't find a place.
Right.
So you're just going to be staying at the house while everything's gone.
Right. So,
I'll rent you the vocal booth.
We know a guy who did that one time in a house in Brook Park. Was a total squatter. We used to hang out there all the time. I don't know that you did, but the whole group of friends that used to.
Well, my dad did try to sell me the house and to rent to me, and I was
like, sell you the house for $15 bucks.
I was
why
like,
would,
no,
why
I'm
would he
not.
sell it to you?
He was like, get a couple friends, and you guys can rent the house. I'm like, no one wants to live out here.
Right, but then he would keep the mortgage, or he was trying to give you the mortgage.
I guess he was like, rent it, and we can work something out. I was like, I don't want the house.
Yeah, like he could keep the mortgage and then just rent it out to you. That'd be the easiest thing to do.
Well, but I would have to find like 4 other people to live there with
How much
me.
is the mortgage? Well, you live in Aurora, right?
Yeah.
It can't be terrible. It's like $1,200-$1,400 maybe.
Yeah, but I would have to find a few
You're
other
missing
people to
the
live with
point
me.
here.
She'd have to find
She'd have to find
friends.
4 people that would willingly live with her.
The one that she finally did find moved to Canada
Exactly.
weeks later.
I did. I drove her. She was like, I can't. I have to leave the
So
country.
much so she even left her furniture there.
Yes.
I'll send for it later.
Exactly. She did. Exactly.
She actually made her pay for the international shipping to get it up there.
She said it was somehow all my fault. I don't know. So anyway, I started looking for places in Lakewood last week, and oh my God.
That's going to be a culture shock.
Oh, well, it was a culture shock. It was awful. It was the worst. I literally looked at bomb shelters, places that were probably like drug pads. I walked into bathrooms. I didn't want to walk in with clothes on, let alone I could never even imagine taking showers.
Where'd you think you were going? You were going to Lakewood.
And here's my thing.
Everyone I know has really nice places in Lakewood.
Here's my thing. It's not like she's never been to Lakewood.
Did it remind
Right.
you? Did it remind you of the Febreze commercial? Where they
Oh, yes. Yes.
She took the blindfold off. What the hell's going on there?
Yes.
She came onto the show. Our studio was in that area.
Right.
Oh my God. And I drove down that street, by the way, like all the way down that street and looked at a place down there. I was like, oh, I know this place is where the old studio used to be. Oh, it was, I saw literally the most disgusting places.
Let me
Just wait till she gets a call from Billy asking if she wants to rent the old studio.
And talk to the shadiest people.
Well, let me help you out real quick. If you choose to still look in Lakewood after your experience, I have friends who live in Lakewood. A lot of friends actually who live in Lakewood, and there were people who I knew that lived there. And our old studio was on Detroit, and they did like you did. They drove all the way down to the west end of Detroit, and there's a street on Detroit called Granger, or off of Detroit called Granger. And they moved into a house on that street. Within the week that they moved in, they found out that house, a guy got shot in.
Oh, nice.
Because he was on drugs and stuff and came out and threatened police in the back door, and the police shot him at the back door and killed him.
And the body was still in the basement.
No, but as they were exploring the house, they found a crawl space up on the second floor, and in that crawl space there was bags of this kid's clothes and stuff, because see, he wasn't living there, he was squatting there.
Oh no.
And he was
What's
living
up with the squatting?
he was living up in the crawl space and then got shot at. So this is the kind of places that you're going to run into in Lakewood.
Yeah, well, and last week it got really hot towards the end of the week, and it was really humid, and I had things going on at work. I had meetings really early in the week that people were coming in from out of town and meeting with us, and then I had to find a place. I wanted to start to find a place later in the week. My parents put the house up for sale. It was getting a lot of traffic, and I was like, I'm probably gonna.
So there's people coming into your house right now. Looking
Actually,
at it.
the story ends where the house they got an offer yesterday and they accepted it this morning. Yeah, like it's
so now there's literally a time. There's an even shorter timetable.
It's a done deal on the house. Yeah, it was done this morning. So my life is just so amazing. So
she's moving in with you.
I have 3 extra bedrooms. But in order for you to be there, for me to feel better about myself and having to deal with you, I'm probably going to have to hike your rent up to like $2,000 a week.
Well, listen.
Because there's going to be a certain amount of disinfecting and eye surgeries.
Here's I'm going to negotiate on her behalf.
Okay.
You no longer have to look for childcare.
Oh my God, you're right. You're totally right.
I was going to say that for Pat. Dude, ultimate babysitter.
No. No, we're cramped enough in a 2-bedroom as it is.
She's on the same level with my 7-year-old, so that might be
we could be
a perfect
BFFs.
match.
Now,
we could be BFFs.
Now I will turn around and play devil's advocate on this.
Okay.
Think of the things she learned at 7 years old.
I mean, you want me to have those talks with her, right?
Rent has gone up to $3,000.
So it was getting really
For
hot,
psychiatry.
and I'm getting really stressed. And I've been sitting in my car, driving around Lakewood, taking down numbers, calling people, walking into places. Yes.
She hates her. Why would she suggest that?
You're not in the chat room. My wife essentially suggested the co-op that we live in. Looking into that.
Oh. So I finally find a place.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I find a place.
And I just interrupt. They just started a referral program recently, so we would get $50.
Yeah. That's
so that's why.
about.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
why.
That's what it's all.
You have dinner for a week.
I ended up finding a place on Edgewater.
Okay.
I literally walk into the place. It's clean. It's on the upper end of my budget. But at this point, I'm like, I don't even care. There's a girl outside waiting to see the place after I see it. And I say to the guy, if I give you X amount of dollars right now, will you just...
And a BJ.
Will you just...
He said, I'll tell you what. Why don't you just
no.
give me $10 more instead? And we'll call it even.
So I put my money down on this place. Then I start freaking out about putting my money down on this place. Needless to say, I was all stressed out. So to cap the lovely week off, my girlfriends, my work friends were like, why don't we go to this Mexican restaurant in Lakewood and celebrate you signing your lease and all that stuff.
Right.
And she saw all her neighbors.
You'll hear cop
in the
cars
kitchen.
and gunfire a lot on Edgewater too, by the way, just so you know.
I'm like, perfect. Yeah, let's go do that. So we go, we meet there. The place is El Jalapenos. I'm sure we're all familiar with it.
Yes, big sponsors for us to
Yeah.
give the free plug.
Well,
Go eat there and drink there. They're great.
Well, they love me because while I was there, I started to feel like not so great.
Because of everything, the stress and everything building up.
Well,
and
I'm
it's
really
just
not sure what's going on. Like I'm sitting there eating, and I'm
Panic
like,
attack.
I don't really, I'm like, I don't really feel
Food
like myself.
poisoning.
I'm gonna go into the bathroom. I'm gonna splash some water on my face. I'm gonna take a minute.
Purge.
I walk
Which is
in,
not working.
Yeah. I walk into the bathroom, and there's 2 little girls in the bathroom with their mom, and they go into the stall, and I'm standing.
And you just hear.
I'm standing at the sink. And I kind of feel dizzy and hot and sweaty. And the next thing I know, I wake up and I'm lying on the floor.
Yes.
I passed out.
Which had to be sanitary in not only a Mexican
Yes.
restaurant, but a Mexican restaurant in Lakewood. Bathroom in Lakewood.
Yes. So I'm like, oh my God.
Was anybody around you?
No, the mom and her 2 daughters. The door was so close. I'm assuming they were still in the bathroom. I don't even know how long I was out for.
What she didn't realize is they were doing whippets in the stall. So they actually passed out and woke up just before her.
So I kind of get up and I still don't feel well, and I'm like, well, I don't want to be alone, in case something like strange, even
That had nothing to do with you.
Go ahead.
That had nothing to do with you passing out. That's been the last 3 years of your life.
And this is why I never could figure out why girls went to the bathroom in pairs.
Right. So I walk out to the dining room to get my friend. And apparently, I don't remember any of this. I walked up to her, I grabbed her on her shoulder, and I said, hey, I need you to come into the bathroom and help me with something.
Oh, God.
I don't even remember that.
She said, we've had this conversation before.
I would have laughed.
Actually, she's a lesbian, so she was really excited. She got up right away.
I don't know about that.
As she gets up, I hit the floor again and pass out in the middle of the restaurant.
dining room.
I come to, there's like the manager, the hostess, the server. There's some random dude from another table that's walked up trying to help me.
Trying to cop a feel.
I was so embarrassed.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I cannot even explain how embarrassed. I mean, we left. I paid the bill. We left. I still had food. I was like,
you
we're
didn't get
done.
your meal for free?
No.
Did you get your food to go at least?
No.
but-
I just left. I was like, please pay this. I think I tipped her like 150% and just left.
I've blacked out once in a bathroom in a restaurant that probably had no business, but I was really drunk.
Right. Had you been drinking at all?
I had a half a margarita.
Some really strong margaritas at that place.
I think I was
another
really,
ringing endorsement for jalapeno.
Yeah, I was just really dehydrated because the next day I was drinking water all day, and it just, I felt awful. It was an awful week.
So we had to call off the show because you have to go live on your own, and you passed out for a little bit in a restaurant.
Yeah, yes, I had a medical emergency. I had like all these scratches on my back too from when I fell. I don't know what I hit, but I woke up the next day and felt.
That was the guy from the other table.
I was just saying, are you sure you didn't make it into the bathroom with your lesbian friend before you went down?
I cannot be sure what happened because I was out cold.
She got roofied by the lesbian.
It was awful. Who I'm moving like next door to, by the way.
Oh. I'm going to set up a webcam in your apartment. For your safety, of course.
Right.
I'll be there with the remote gear.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, plenty of things possibly talking about, because we had this talk before a couple months back about being addicted to Facebook. Somebody has done a study, and there's signs that you're addicted now. I'm going to talk about that and other stuff. You listen to Project X.
User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com. Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web. LifestyleLimousineService.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you.
Oh, wow. Language.
Okay, he was PMSing. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. You can become a member by logging on to lovecocaine.com. Heat 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC. And you know what saved them? Rectiphy backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectiphy backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless. Rectiphy can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectiphy.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. Hey, Unsigned Bands.
You are jam-packed.
Hey, Unsigned Bands. Want your music heard?
Yeah!
Shoot us an email with the name of the band and the MP3 of the song. Send it to show@morningshowcentral.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com.
Project X Show.
Driven by porn. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern.
Right here on Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Project X Show.
Live on morningshowcentral.com.
Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Even if you don't think we're funny, we still do. Project X.
RIP MCA. That happened too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good call. I had to break that news to Brian.
How did he not know?
He had a bunch of remotes that day, I think. He had a bunch of station appearances.
Oh, and he doesn't have the fancy phone. So I'm like, he's always on the Facebook and stuff, and that blew up
no,
Facebook.
he was, because it was just blowing up Facebook, and I texted him, and he was like, what? So I told him, he was like, well, cause of death? What's going on? You know?
And I'm pretty sure, unless I get with my old group members from the fabulous Ohio Center for Broadcasting, that music video is lost forever.
Oh, no.
Because I'm pretty sure I lost my hard copy years ago.
What did you guys do? This song or another?
We did Fight for Your Right.
Okay.
Did it get pulled?
It got pulled from YouTube.
Okay, I was like, it was on.
Got pulled from YouTube, and I don't know where my hard copy is.
My one of our commercials just got re-uploaded and tagged me in, or somebody posted the link and tagged me in it.
I don't know where half my old group for that project is, to tell you the truth. I know where one guy is.
Yeah.
I don't know where the rest are.
For a commercial or for
music video?
Well, one's oh no, she wasn't. Never mind. I was thinking, yeah.
Sean's the only one where I know who he is.
For some reason, I thought Jess was in your group.
No, absolutely not. I know where she's at.
Commercial. I know where everyone is.
I don't even remember doing my commercial.
Because one of them is here every Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to lose track of him.
What the hell did I do for my commercial? I don't even know what I did.
Yeah, I don't
who was in my
remember.
group.
I don't remember the commercial. I remember the music video, but not the commercial.
I very unfortunately remember the music video and try to forget as much as possible. Again, very hard to lose track of some of the members because his wife. and his wife and sister-in-law were in my music video.
That's what happens when you keep OCB close.
Yeah.
I remember for my commercial, we did it where we were like picking names out of hats or whatever for the groups, and I was one of the group captains or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
it was,
I was for ours.
And they're writing the names down. It was like a draft board, like my name and the other 2 or 3 people who were the head of their groups. Then you pick a name, then you write down the name, and I'm looking at my group as it's filling up, and it's every dirtbag in the
I remember
class.
you saying.
And I go up to the instructor and I take him aside. I'm like, "Hey, dude, can I talk to you for a second?" He's like, "Yeah," and it's like right in front of the class, but I'm like sidebar in a corner talking to him. I'm like,
it's like you're a lawyer in trial. Can I request a sidebar, Your Honor?
Within earshot of these dirtbags, so I'm trying to be as quiet as possible, and I'm like, "Dude, I have every worst person in this class is in my group. Like, this is just going to be terrible. We need to split them up somehow." So he ended up repicking, and Brian, who used to do the show with me, a very good friend of ours, got stuck with every single person that I had, and he was like, "Oh, come on, like, I'm good, dude. Let's go. Let's." And that's the group he had to roll with.
Ours, we pulled names from a hat, but the swerve was we didn't pull names for our own team.
Yes, that's how it went. We did that way.
We pulled names for someone else's team.
Right.
I don't even remember how we picked our group.
They decided just to mess with us because J5 was one of the first names pulled for my team. So we were like, this is awesome. And then we got one of our good buddies, Kevin, got pulled for it. We were like, this is a phenomenal team. And they're like, oh, and they pulled another one, and the girl thought she'd be slick and said, Craig, the old co-host who we were real close with in school. Oh, Craig. So we went nuts. He was jumping out of his chair, and she's like, no, not really. We're like, you bastard. He was so mad. We still ended up with an awesome group. I don't remember who he got stuck with, though.
There was multiple letdowns throughout my time at that school. And by the way, did I tell you? I don't know if you guys have this also. My student loans, which I still owe a lot of to that.
Yeah, can we talk about that? Because so do I.
I got an email, I don't know, maybe a week and a half or so ago, saying that I am part of and have won a class action lawsuit.
No, I didn't get anything about that.
Against Sally Mae, who is the lender who handled her student loans.
I don't think I got something
I haven't heard
from
anything
her.
about this.
And I was like, yes, because these people are constantly, every day, 4 or 5 times a day, calling me on my cell phone, trying to get my money and all these other things.
Was it an Ethiopian prince?
No, it was real.
Oh.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And
because I haven't heard a damn thing about it.
These guys are breathing down my neck, and I get the email that says there was a lawsuit started by whoever in a class action lawsuit where Sally Mae wasn't supposed to be or allowed to call people on their cell phones.
Oh, see, I never got calls on my cell phone.
To talk about their loans and pain and whatever else. And it says if you have been getting calls on your cell phone from Sally Mae between this date of 2009 and this date of whatever, you won this class action lawsuit. And I'm like, yeah! I'm like, wipe away my student loan.
Yeah, but you never get that much money.
You get like
Yeah.
$20.
It says your check for $20 to $40 will be in the mail in the next coming weeks. I'm like, whatever, I still stuck it to you, Sally Mae.
That $40 is going right back to you.
I know, right? Don't even cut me the check. Just take it for payment.
Just drop it into the Sally Mae.
It's the only payment you're going to get for like a year still, probably.
I thought you were going to say the consolidation thing that's going on because I got that from them.
No, what's going on there? I didn't get anything.
I might have, because
you
whenever
have
I
to.
see that they come up in my email or on my phone, I ignore it, so I might have gotten it.
It's a combination of like having government loans and then the unsubsidized certain ones, and you can consolidate essentially all your loans so you're paying one. Because I have like 4 different ones that I pay.
Okay.
I have a couple different ones from the broadcasting school. I have one that's in my name from when I went to Ohio State. I have a bunch of different
That's probably
ones.
why I didn't get that. Okay, I don't qualify for either one of those.
So you're able through the government to apply to consolidate, which was fine by me because Sally Mae bought those loans a long time ago.
Right. What is this?
This is probably
information
on what one of us was.
March 1st of 2011, Sally Mae facing another class action lawsuit over its private loan policies. Case filed by 4 borrowers who have defaulted on private loans it took out from the student loan giant between 2002 and 2004 to attend Career Education Corporation's California Culinary Academy.
I love that it's people that defaulted are the ones that are suing it.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll get you trying to take my money.
Yeah, whatever. I was just waiting. Whenever I would hear about the Fannie Mae getting in trouble for what they were,
You were waiting for
come on, say the Sally. Like, come on, please.
No, those are a little different.
If you're not right there, get to website project.show.com, project spelled with a K.
Now with a C.
Backwards if you can, because we're awesome retarded.
Johnny 5 should have typed because we're awesome retarded in the chat room because he's in there now.
I know that's a
Oh,
JC.
crap, that's JC.
I'm like, that's not J5.
Nope. Also, if you want to call the show, 888-668-0742, toll free worldwide. And if you want to fax the show, 216-744-9978. I don't know what you could fax us, what would be relevant, but we just want to get faxes because we can.
Hopefully it makes the modem connecting noise when you call it.
Yes.
Like out loud for all of us to hear.
Science Daily.
Which sounds like a reputable...
Sure. And it says, like, on the story, it says, see also mind and brain, addiction, alcoholism, computers and math, living well. So it sounds like, this is...
I just love that it's Science Daily and then it's under the category of science news. That's usually what I would be looking for, yes.
Apparently, let me find this guy's name again. Oh, God, I can't say this name. Doctor of Psychology, Cecil Show, we'll just say Anderson.
I don't think you're too far off.
Heads a research...
Anderson, something like that.
Sure. Heads a research project called Facebook Addiction at the University of Bergen.
I will, however, say that I believe it would be Cecil.
Yeah, that sounds about right. An article about the results has just been published.
In case he's listening, we can not offend him.
If you're listening, Cecil,
fax us.
Yeah.
Fax us a pronunciation guide to your name.
Phonetically, write it out on a piece of paper and fax it over. He heads this project called Facebook Addiction at the University of Bergen. An article about the results has just been published in the renowned journal Psychological Reports. Oh, she's a she. She has cleared views as to why some people develop Facebook dependency.
Then I'm going to revise my previous statement and say it's Cecile.
Again, fax us. She says it occurs...
All I'm getting out of this article is how to pronounce her name.
Which is what I usually do, is focus on the wrong thing. It occurs more regularly among younger adults, or younger than older users. We have also found that people who are anxious and socially insecure use Facebook more than those with lower scores on those traits, possibly because those who are anxious find it easier to communicate via social media than face-to-face.
I will place a caveat on that and say I dispute her findings on account of she's never seen my mom play Bingo Blitz. Every time I go over there, sitting in front of the computer logged into Facebook.
People who are organized and more ambitious tend to be less at risk from Facebook addiction. They will often use social media as an integral part of work and networking.
You missed that. Chris just had to walk in and put paper in the fax machine.
Nice.
I thought he was going to fax something to someone, and then I realized he was loading the fax machine because there was no paper in it previously.
She says our research also indicates that women are more at risk of developing Facebook addiction, probably due to the social nature of Facebook. Basically, it's
saying
the
incredible ability to be catty.
Bitches be yentas, is what she's saying.
Yes.
Now, there's 6 warning signs that you may be a Facebook addict. Now, before I get to this, since we're talking about science, this really burned my buns over the weekend. It was this weekend.
The oven.
No, it was either this past weekend or the weekend before. We took Sam to the Science Center. We haven't been on an outing with her for a while, so we decided to take her out to do dinner in Science Center and see OmniMax, and we saw Into the Arctic, which was adorable. It was baby polar bears.
On that note, I saw Happy Feet 2.
Kind of the same, different poles, but kind of the same.
Much more adorable because your animals didn't rap.
This is true. They did, however, get chased by a hungry male polar bear. Regardless, so we're in the Science Center, and
I'm thinking more and more it's a bad idea to take kids to that movie.
Yeah.
They didn't get caught. Spoiler alert. The mom got him away. She stood up to the male. So there's a lot of hands-on things that you can do there and all these other things to figure out science. And we get up to, on the 3rd floor, they have a pitching booth with a radar gun that shows your pitching speed, right?
So it's all the dads and none of the kids?
Right. So I'm like, I haven't done one of these since probably high school. So I'll see what I still got in the old tank.
Is it like the ones at the fairs where if you guess the 3rd one, you got a team helmet?
Possibly, because I'm going to tell you it was rigged. So I go up and I grab the baseball and I'm just... throwing it normally and just registering at like 33, 35, 37 miles. I'm like, okay. So I'm gonna start whipping this thing in now. So I'm, doing half wind up and I'm throwing like 5 throws and I'm throwing out my shoulder. I'm starting to get tired after 5 pitches and I'm like, oh God. And every time it's 47, 49 miles an hour, 52. I'm like, no, dude, absolutely not. I'm like, this cannot be. And my 7-year-old daughter She goes, "Can I try?" Sure. She picks up the ball. She tosses it a couple times. She completely misses the target. When she finally hits the target, 49 miles an hour.
Well, I will say
What?
I have seen it, and if I remember correctly, I believe it was the Passion did it. Had a throw so bad. This is when we were younger. Had a throw so bad at a fair that it skipped. I think we were out at Cedar Point actually. It skipped in front of it and never made the target. The gun registered it as 110 miles an hour because of how far off it was.
So either that thing is off, and they need to recalibrate it, or my 7-year-old daughter throws as hard as I do when I'm trying my hardest.
When you're throwing your shoulder out.
So 6 warning signs that you may be addicted to Facebook. The Bergen Facebook addiction scale is based on 6 basic criteria where all items are scored on the following scale. 1 to 5, from very rarely to very often.
You know, a very scientific and unheard of scale that you needed to explain to us.
I've never done this at a restaurant before. So we'll see. And now, I've said in the past, and I don't remember what your guys' stance was, Johnny Five came up with the argument that he didn't think, I don't know about you guys, but at least myself, could get rid of my Facebook and I'd be okay with it. He thought that I would have withdrawals. I wouldn't be able to do it. And I said, I'm not addicted to it. I'm on it a lot, but I use it for literally social networking and current events, what's going on, things.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm addicted.
I didn't think I was addicted, but I saw that list, and I don't do a lot of those things on that list. And I was like, maybe I'm not an addict.
So here's the 6 warning signs. The first one being you spend a lot of time thinking about Facebook or plan use of Facebook.
No.
That's the one that gets me is plan use of.
Like I
you're
have,
sitting there going, when I get on Facebook, here's the plan of attack.
Well, I mean, I don't think about it, but I will, like, if I take a picture with my phone or something throughout the day, I'm like, oh, I'm going to upload that to Facebook. I do that at times.
I've got to get on and go on Susie's status and be passive aggressive. I've got
to like
you said
so-and-so's.
I was trying to think of a generic name.
I thought that was more geared towards the people that play those games on Facebook.
That could be. I need to go check on my farm.
Yeah.
I need to get out of work so I can check on my farm.
Do Mafia Wars or whatever.
The next one, you feel an urge to use Facebook more and more. Like, who does these? Like,
who sits there and goes, you know what I don't do enough? Facebook.
I understand that they're saying it's a Facebook addiction. So in order for it to be classified as an addiction, people have to have a certain kind of chemical imbalance going on in their brain, first of all. But who would I feel the urge to get on the Facebook and
I
start
gotta do more
shaking
Facebook, man. I need more.
Here's my thing.
I only had 3 hours today.
I don't know how much money was put into the study, but looking at these questions, I feel like it's kind of cut and paste. Like, right? I feel like I could take these, replace Facebook with alcohol.
Or
and
crack
say,
cocaine.
I'm doing a study on alcohol addiction.
There was a lot of research put into this.
Yeah.
By the way. Which, yeah, what a crock, dude. You can come up with anything.
Oh, God.
Say that you did all
The
these
stuff
hours
that
of
they
research and just literally take from, like, an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting and say it's about
I'm
addiction.
reading
of
this and I'm
anything.
like, it's basic signs of addiction.
Or video
And
games.
You just plug the word Facebook in.
Like the South Park where Cartman was going to start a Christian band, and he just took any song that had already been recorded and just replaced whatever the subject was with God.
Yeah.
You use Facebook in order to forget about personal problems.
See, Facebook makes me realize about personal
You have more
problems.
personal
Yeah.
problems.
I thought my life was really well put together.
Hopped on Facebook and my girlfriend broke up with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Which just happened to somebody I know.
That happened to someone
Their
I knew.
boyfriend broke up with them via Facebook. He put single in his status update, and she was like, "Whoa, what?"
It happened to a friend of mine at the stoplight. She checked her Facebook on her phone, and she saw, like, one of the first status updates was, you know, so-and-so is single. And she's like, hey, that's my boyfriend.
She was at a stoplight. That's the best part.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Well, it's a good thing, because if she was driving, it could have been an accident.
She could have just driven off that bridge on 82.
There's so much hidden context in that. There's so much deeper meaning. Stop your current relationship.
Was the stoplight? Well, it had to have been. It was at a crossroads.
Oh. I stopped at the crossroads. And
Now I gotta figure out which way to go. You have tried to cut down on the use of Facebook without success.
So let's replace that with, I don't know, tobacco.
yeah, I've tried to stop drinking.
This is the most generic addiction study ever.
Well, on this page that I printed out, the ads by Google come up. And the ads by Google are drug abuse rehab, Florida crystal meth treatment, rehab that actually works.
And I do love this. They're like, Anderson's study shows that the symptoms of Facebook addiction resemble those of drug addiction, alcohol addiction, and chemical substance addiction. So addiction. So being addicted to anything looks exactly the same as what your study told us.
Well, when you're an addict and like you stop drinking, you usually replace it with coffee or exercising or something. I mean, if you're an addict, you're an addict. It's just sometimes it's really unhealthy, like alcohol or drugs, and sometimes it's just lame, like Facebook and video games.
So you replace your Facebook with
Twitter.
Friendster.
Yeah.
Friendster.
You slowly wean yourself off of it by going to the crappier ones. Which I did see a funny thing on Facebook yesterday. I believe that my mother-in-law had reposted that said, WTF, I scrolled so far back in my timeline that I ended up on MySpace. Number 5, 6 warning signs that you might be addicted to Facebook. You become restless or troubled if you are prohibited from using Facebook. Well, that happened to that guy who got arrested because he called 911 on his wife.
Oh, yeah. And I went on vacation last summer, and I was a little peeved that there was no internet at the beach house.
But because of the Facebook, or just because you want to be connected?
Just because I wanted to be connected in general. Yeah, I wasn't like, man, I want to update my status. I was just like, ugh, like, I can't go on Yahoo, and I can't check my email, and I can't go to MSN.com, and I can't watch funny videos on YouTube anymore.
Can't go to ProjectXShow.com.
Yeah, I was like, you notice what's not in that?
Yeah.
And the last one, so I say that it's fair to say that all of us are very rarely, we're ones on the first 5. And the last one being you use Facebook so much that it has had a negative impact on your job or studies.
Wow.
I will say if you eliminate job and put it as studies, that's called being a college student.
Yeah. My brother is just finished freshman year, and I think he spent more time on Facebook than in class.
There are people that it's been well documented that have been fired because of Facebook for speaking negatively about their jobs or bosses. Or I could even see people being on the Facebook at their work and getting written up or, a little slap on the wrist or something about it. That one I see as the most feasible thing out of this whole list is Facebook. Because, again, it could be a small scale, it could be large scale. All these other things. Like you're itching to get on Facebook. Oh, God.
I know. Like, are you breaking out in hives if you're not on Facebook?
I was reading someone got fired because they took a picture of themselves in their work uniform.
No, I didn't hear about that.
I'll pull the story.
I thought I had something else to add to that, but let's see. This is apparently about the scale that they came up with. In January 2011, 423 students, 227 women, and 196 men participated in tests for the Bergen Facebook Addiction Scale. The scale can facilitate treatment research, clinical assessment, and can be used for the estimation of Facebook addiction prevalence in the general population worldwide. The scale has been developed at the Faculty of Psychology, University of Bergen, in collaboration with the Bergen Clinics Foundation, Norway. The researchers involved are also working with instruments measuring other addictions, such as the recently introduced Bergen Work Addiction Scale.
Now, I will go ahead and say this. I imagine the scale looks something like this. You spend a lot of time thinking about work or plan use of work. You feel an urge to work more and more. You work in order to forget about personal problems. You have tried to cut down on work without success. You become restless or troubled if you are prohibited from work.
Why do these things sound so familiar?
You work so much. Well, this one, you work so much that it has had a negative impact on your Facebook use.
In fact, let's see if we can find the Faculty of Psychology for the University of Bergen and see if they've done other addiction studies and see how closely they resemble this one. I just noticed this, which is sad. I hope he's just talking about another addiction and not a Facebook addiction. JC in the chat room says that he has a Facebook addiction.
He has a fishbook addiction.
He has a fishbook addiction.
It's strictly for his aquarium.
Is there AA for this?
That's what I said earlier, that the scale can facilitate treatment, clinical assessment, and can be used for estimation of Facebook addiction. So I don't think there is now, but now that the scale has been presented, they're going to work to try to figure out some kind of treatment for Facebook addiction.
What, people sitting around singing Kumbaya?
No, just stay away from the damn computer.
Yeah,
really?
I mean, go outside
or phone,
and
or
do
do something. You said fishbook, and before we go to this break real quick, kind of got on my nerves a little bit. I don't know who does the ordering for the certain products that I have as far as the magazines go. But say, like, you know how magazine racks are in sections, like women's stuff and sports stuff and technology stuff and stuff like that. Well, there's an outdoor section, and on any given day I can have 7 different kinds of fishing magazines, and then the next day I'll get in 7 more different kinds of fishing magazines. And these are stores on the east side of Cleveland. How many Bassmasters, Bass Fisherman Monthly, Bass and Trout Weekly do you need to have in one place? Do you read fishing magazines?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
No, hell no.
Fishing and guns, apparently, are the big sellers.
I don't fish. I wouldn't read a magazine on it.
I believe all my fish are dead in tap fish, by the way. That also reminded me. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, Johnny 5 is not here this week, as we've stated earlier. So there's a list that we have. Girl, do you remember what it was? Because I can't find it. 11 sexual activities that people don't count as having sex.
Did you read it?
No.
You should read it.
Why? Is it bad?
It's just amazing to me. I mean, I wasn't joking to you when I said including real sex.
Well, I'm going to read it when we talk about it.
Yeah.
When we come back. Because we've had the debate before on, like, cheating and stuff, and like, oh, if you just kiss or give head or whatever, it's not really cheating because it's not sex.
This is more detailed than that, and you'll be surprised when people were asked on the streets, hey, is this sex? They were like, no, it's not.
If the headline for the second one is what I think it is, we talked about that not very long ago, and that's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take a short break. You listen to Project X.
MSC Radio Network has just tweeted the following. This bowel movement won't come out. Check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/MSC Radio Network. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for 2, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. What is it? It was hot. It's everything in between. With your host, Von Erich. Everything in between. Nothing gets me more excited. Monday nights, right here on MorningShowCentral.com. Oh my! What's that? We're coming, Little Rock. Are you ready? Hide the wife and lock the doors. Cocaine Energy is coming. Redux Beverages has officially announced the launch of Cocaine Energy in Little Rock, Arkansas. Look for it at your local retailer. And if they don't carry it, tell them they need to stock it. Also available online at drinkcocaine.com. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. You can become a member by logging on to lovecocaine.com. Oh, great. Not another Farmville request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/morningshowcentral. Denying one Farmville request at a time. The adrenaline rush. All you need to do is feel it. The thrill of victory. Winning is the only option. The only option. The only option. And all the locker room chatter. No. Wrong. Game over. Get high on sports. Every Monday night at 9 p.m. Want to know everything going on with the Browns, the Cavs, the Indians, even the Monsters? These guys know it.
You have the most amazing effect on people.
You know why? They're high on sports. Monday Monday night at 9 p.m.
And then I am in
on MorningShowCentral.com. Heat 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectiphy backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectiphy backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectiphy can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectiphy.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits. A 99.5% uptime guarantee and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
We now return to the show that's better than 2 hours with a hooker. Well, better priced at least. Project X.
I like how girl hasn't been in the chat room all night until after she heard that there was a boy in there.
That's not what it was about.
If you're not there, get to the website, projectnextshow.com. Project spelled with K.
Not with a C.
Backwards if you can, because we're awesome retarded.
JC, type it in. Oh, is JC not a boy? Was I wrong to assume that? Can JC be a girl's name?
Or was he saying there is?
There is a boy in here. I don't know.
Oh. I don't know. He's a boy.
It's a boy.
There
I
you
am a
go.
boy.
He's a real boy.
Clarified for you, girl.
That's nice to know.
If you want to call 888-668-0742, toll free worldwide, or fax 216-744-9978. Before we talk, and I read over this sexual activity list, and it's amusing.
It's amusing.
Before we do that, though,
I read it and thought of you.
do you have an idiot nominee? Thank you.
I do.
She read a list about sex and thought of you.
I take it back.
I might take back that deposit on an apartment and come take you up on your offer.
Stop. You already have a place.
Especially when she heard what you thought the offer was.
Police in Fort Wayne, Indiana, stopped a man driving his car with 4 young children strapped to the hood. Police were called Monday afternoon by someone who saw a man and woman strap the kids to the hood of a car in the parking lot of a liquor store and then drive away. An officer spotted the vehicle about 3 blocks away from the store and stopped it. The children, ages 4, 5, 6, and 7, were not injured. Aaron Stefanowski, 29, and Jessica A. Clark, 29 as well, faced multiple charges. A police spokesperson said that Stefanowski apparently thought the kids would enjoy it. And that's my idiot.
I'm sorry, what?
A drunk couple strapped their 4 kids to the hood of the car.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, there was chat room activity.
Oh, I'm reading it.
There is a website called 11points.com that was started and is run by
Run boy, run.
run by a local boy to Northeast Ohio. And basically it's a site of lists. It's all lists. And they're all lists of 11 because he says something along the lines of lists of 10 are for wussies or something like that.
Yeah.
So in Johnny Five's absence, we obviously don't have a new top 13 list, so we have a top 11 list. And it's 11 sexual activities that people do not count as having sex. I guess the guy who runs the site, he saw an article about a study conducted at Indiana University. Researchers at Indiana surveyed hundreds of heterosexual adults, male and female, from ages 18 all the way up to 96, and asked them if different sexual activities constituted as having sex.
Hold up, can we stop for a minute?
That's what he said.
JC, you're in a chat room, and you're here to F. That is not the place to F. In a chat room. That is your problem. You are in a chat room.
It's the place to start communication to F.
Maybe that's your problem.
Hey, it worked really well for her last dates.
Oh, now I know who the JC is.
Oh, okay. Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
I figured when he said he had a strange addiction earlier.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
I didn't see any of that.
He said it wasn't a Facebook addiction. He has a strange addiction.
Got it. I missed that whole thing. So they did a survey, heterosexuals, male and female, 18 all the way up to 96, asked them if different sexual activities constitute as having sex. These are the results that they found out. Apparently, people at the Kinsey Institute at Indiana University were able to provide him with full results of their study. Blah, blah, whatever. So here are 11 results. 11. This is just 11. They did other ones, but these are the top 11 results of their study. Okay. 11 sexual activities that people do not constitute as having sex. The first one being regular penis-vagina sex. 5.2% of the people surveyed do not count that as having sex. Now, the problem that I had with this list was it doesn't give, like, I'm guessing maybe it was an anonymous survey.
Yeah.
So it doesn't give, like, they didn't, or maybe they just didn't post them. Like, why do people think that doesn't count as sex? That's what I wanted to know.
That's what I want. And if they don't think that's sex, what do they think is?
Until I read down and I found out it says that the people bringing the percentage down are older men. For men 65 and up, 22.7% said penis-vagina sex doesn't count as having sex. That's the highest percentage for any age or gender.
Here's what gets me about it, and he kind of breaks it down. That the original, the 5.2, is essentially 1 out of 20.
Right.
1 out of 20 people are saying nope. When you take that of just the men 65 and up, that means more than 1 out of every 5
right
say, nope, that's not sex. The very standard definition of sex is not sex.
Now, I speculated with Pat during the break when I was reading over this that maybe, and like I said, 22.7% of men 65 and older think that penis-vagina sex is not sex. And I was speculating that maybe they think if it's not hard while they're in there, it doesn't count. Because the older men, they have the problems with the getting it up and the whatnots. So if it's soft in there and they're just trying to pound away to make it hard, if it's not hard, it doesn't count as sex. Have that image in your mind for a while I read the next one.
She doesn't have to. She's had that experience.
Number 2, and we've talked about this, 5.6% of the people studied do not count just the tip as having sex.
The very portion, as we've said in the past, that it takes to get pregnant.
Right.
Right, the only portion it takes to get pregnant.
Apparently for this one, 5.5% of men and 5.8% of women said. So a bigger percentage of women, as small as it is, think that it does not count as sex.
Here's the one that gets me. There is only a 0.4% difference between those that say just the tip isn't sex and those that say having sex is not sex.
Number 3, penis vagina sex. Again, these are 11 sexual activities that people don't count as having actual sex. Penis vagina sex, but with a condom. 6.7% don't count that as having sex.
I mean, according to this, we're all virgins.
This is 1 out of 15 people just doesn't count that. What, I'm not going to say the punchline, but 1 out of 15 people, 1 out of 15 people does not count sex with the condom as having sex. And I'm going to tell you what. There's a strong case to be made.
Because they can't get STDs or pregnant, so it can't really be sex.
There's not really a physical contact between. There's 2 parts into having sex. Well, 3 if you count the back one. But the 2 main components of having sex, one of them is covered. It's not actually touching the other one.
It doesn't
so you can make a
matter.
case for that.
You can't
I'm not
make
saying
a
I
case
agree.
for
I'm
that.
saying you can make a case. I'm just saying you can. And again. These are people from 18 to 96, especially younger kids who are trying to get their girlfriends to do it raw.
Oh.
Hey, baby, it's not really sex if I'm wearing a condom. We're not really touching. Number 4, penis vagina sex with no female orgasm. 7.3% don't count that as having sex.
Well, it's something. It's not something. It's bad sex is what it is.
I'm like, what the hell is she trying to say?
Yeah,
right
are
now?
you just putting together words?
Yeah.
something
Counts, yeah,
something.
I guess ish. Now 7.3% of people surveyed say that penis vagina sex with no female orgasm.
Also no female organism.
On the flip, 10.9% of people surveyed say penis vagina sex with no male orgasm counts as actually having sex. In our male-dominated society, I think you can make a case for that one too.
Here's another one that it's the old school mentality, because men 65 and older, 36.4% of them said that doesn't count as having sex.
Because they can go forever. So like, hey, if I don't come, that doesn't count. His wife's like, he's a 67, 70-year-old crusty man trying to do it with his wife the day after he just got done doing it. And she's like, come on, man. He's like, no, I was just pounding away.
We didn't have sex yesterday.
I didn't finish. That wasn't sex. Now it gets interesting. Number 6. 18% of people do not count anal sex with a condom. This is almost 1 in 5 people do not count anal sex with a condom as having sex.
I've never thought about the condom mattering or not mattering in terms of whether or not it's actually sex.
Like the fact that they're going, there's a condom, so it's not really sex. Really? It's not insertion?
Yeah.
It's
the insertion that matters.
The word sex isn't right in the name.
This is people's interpretation. Some people don't think that insertion constitutes sex, or vice versa. It does constitute sex, and that's what we're finding out. Now, this is what's amazing to me between the anal ones. 18% don't count anal with a condom as having sex. Now, this kind of just shoots down my theory of, okay, one part is covered and not actually touching the other part, so maybe it's not. Because 19.1% say that anal sex with no caveats, girl, that means like with no condoms or anything, doesn't count as having sex. So anal, unprotected, 19.1% not having sex.
Here's the one that gets me, though. Because you would think in this case, the younger crowd might drive this up.
Right.
You're wrong. Again, it's the older crowd.
Those old people, man.
They're so dirty.
50% of men 65 and over said that anal sex does not count as having sex, as well as 33.3% of the women 65 and over said that anal sex does not count as sex.
They're freaks.
Old people have really weird definitions of sex.
I love how this person puts it. For the love of all things good, do not think of the implications of those numbers relating to your single, divorced, widowed loved ones. Like, please, God, no. He's absolutely right. Do not want to think about that.
Now he goes.
What I want to know at this point is I want to see the breakdown, because all he says is hundreds. I want to see the breakdown of those 65. Like, for half of them, does that mean like 4 out of 8 said it doesn't count? Like
20.5% think anal doesn't count without a male orgasm.
And that's what I was going to say. Since he says that he's a slave to an 11 list, because that's his website, 11 points. But there's other numbers from the study that says 18.2% think anal, just the tip, doesn't count.
So wait, just more people. More people say it doesn't count if the whole thing goes in.
Right.
Basically, we're the only 3 people on the planet that think anal sex is sex. Basically, once you break this down.
I think anal, just the tip, is not sex. Because that's all I've been able to muster.
And that's what he's going to convince his wife of, damn
That's
it.
when I got to get her drunk. And I've only been able to push just the tip so
We've
far,
only
and
had
that
the
is not
tip
anal
in,
sex.
so
I'm
we've
sorry.
not tried it.
18.9% think anal shouldn't count without a female orgasm, and 20.5%, like you said, think anal just doesn't count without male orgasm.
That 8.9% is kind of confused.
18.9.
I'm sorry, the 18.9 is kind of confused, and he throws a question mark on it about how the female orgasm takes place.
Oh, it's happened.
But it's rare.
There's chicks that can get off easier anally than vaginally.
You realize she's not listening. You don't have to make the case right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
I'm just letting the facts be known.
You can stop the conversation.
Number 8. That's where we're at. Receiving oral sex. 27.1% of people surveyed do not count receiving oral sex as having
Now,
sex.
I will argue this. I do not think oral sex is sex.
You think about the words you just said.
Well, oral. I mean, what? Okay, so take the word sex
say
out.
fellatio.
Yeah, I don't think it's sex. I don't think of that as having sex with someone.
Now, this one, it's funny how he breaks this down.
But here's my argument to that. Say we're in Bizarro World and you have a significant other.
Okay.
And they come home from receiving oral sex from another woman. Are you okay with that?
No.
Because it's still cheating.
They didn't have sex.
It's still cheating.
Cheating.
Oh, yeah, but it's still cheating. I wouldn't be okay if he just made out with a chick and felt her up. That's not saying he had sex with her.
Right.
I'm just saying it's cheating.
Because I'm almost leaning her way, where I don't think oral is really
I'm not.
having
By
sex.
the way, I'm not saying that I agree. I'm saying the
I
flaw
know.
that I see in her definition is
Sure. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's cheating. But
it's
I don't
because
really
I
see it as
consider
oral
it sex. So that's the way.
I'm kind of on the fence about that one. I
Yeah,
almost
I mean,
don't really
I
think it is.
Well, and it is.
Because again, it comes down to the insertion and everything.
Okay,
Because
well-
then oral should kind of be the same as anal, because sex, the definition and whatever, is penis vagina.
When you
This
think
isn't
about
penis
your
vagina,
number-
this is penis mouth, penis butthole. So
When you think about your number, do you count all the girls that you've just done oral with?
absolutely not.
Right, exactly.
I don't
Because
know my
it's not
number
sex.
sex-wise, let alone oral.
I was like, you
Jeez.
do realize who you're asking, right?
Well,
The number,
I know, but I couldn't
the number
ask
is
you.
identical.
I know, but I couldn't ask you the question. So, yeah. So that's what I mean. When you're thinking about that, you just think of the people that you've had
Very well put. I like the way you put that.
penis vagina sex with in some form. You're not thinking about some chick that you just brought home from the bar and went down on and kicked her out. I mean, you're not thinking about that.
I think you're confused on how that works.
Well, we're still in Bizarro world. We're still in Bizarro world. Hold on.
Some of
Hold
the
on.
people that I received oral from, I wouldn't want to admit on my list also anyway, so that works out
Well, that's
for me.
probably most of the people you had sex with too.
And again, with the
There's plenty of women out there that I just got oral from that my ween did not go in their pee. Or my pee did not go in their V.
Or something.
I think we've discovered why it was more.
I'm doing it wrong.
And again, this comes back to the Bill Clinton effect, as he explains. Because that was the whole argument of, is oral sex sex? Did he cheat? Did he have sex in the Oval Office? And the 18 to 29 males who were coming into their own during that whole thing, 60% said it doesn't count as sex. For women of that age range, you can cut it in half, basically. It was 32.3%.
That's still a high number, and I kind of have to agree with them.
I'm going to fly through the last few real quick. Number 9, performing oral sex. 29% of the people surveyed do not count performing oral sex as having sex.
So
absolutely
more people say performing it is not sex, but receiving is.
Sure. And I think there's a case to be had for that. Because you're not getting any satisfaction from performing.
Yeah, well, tell me about it.
Number 10, receiving manual stimulation. Here you go, Jimmy Coffin. Receiving manual stimulation. 51.9% do not count HJs.
Well, yeah, it's
masturbation. Do not count getting
HJs
sex. As having sex.
And 18 to 29, again, 83.3%
of young men.
Males 18 to 29 and 67.7%. So 2/3 of women 18 to 29.
And the last one, more than half, 55.1% of people do not count performing manual stimulation as having sex. Yeah, dude. If my number included girls that I've diddled.
Yeah. I mean, really? Can you count that high?
No, I don't even know my actual sex number. I've tried, but I don't know it. I think I'm going to try one day. I'm going to take a whole day, and I'm going to try to think about how many I diddled and get that number. I'm going to try to think about how many I've received from. I'm going to think about actual sex. Each number, I'll break it down, and then I'll put them all together and see how gross the number is. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, you got to do your idiot nominee first.
No, she did it.
I did it already. It's the strapping the kids.
Oh, yeah. We were not paying attention.
Trying to get her a date with Jimmy Coffin. When we come back, we're going to close the show, vote on idiot nominees, and maybe talk about this new trend that's apparently new. Not new to me, but apparently new, and see if we can get somebody to try it next week. Listen to Project X.
Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC. And you know what saved them? Rectiphy backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectiphy backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectiphy can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectiphy.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. What do you need to know about the Sunday Hangover Show? The name says it all. Leave it alone, man. The Sunday Hangover Show, Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. on morningshowcentral.com. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at reduxdirect.com. That's reduxdirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. You can become a member by logging on to lovecocaine.com.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
If you live the lifestyle Lifestyle limousine service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousine.service.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. Oh, great. Not another Farm Bill request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Morning Show Central. Denying one Farm Bill request at a time.
Produced by alcoholics.
Somebody spilled beer in this ashtray.
Enjoy Project X
on MorningShowCentral.com.
If you're not there, get to the website, ProjectXShow.com. Project spelled with a K.
Now with a C.
Backwards if you can, because we're awesome retarded.
Also, if you want to call the show, 888-668-0742, toll-free worldwide. Before we recap our idiot nominees, there's this thing that girl sent over to me. I had no idea this became a thing.
Me neither until I saw it.
In fact, can you do me a favor, Pat? Can you bring up on that computer, can you find one of these videos on YouTube?
I will certainly try.
On YouTube, look up Salt and Ice Challenge. Now, this is something, apparently it's becoming an epidemic in middle schools and high schools across the country. If you don't know what it is, basically what you do is you take regular table salt, you put salt on your skin, a pile of salt on your skin, and then you take an ice cube and you press it down on top of the salt on your skin until either the ice melts or the pain is too unbearable to handle anymore. And once you take it off and you wipe the salt away, you have a nice, depending on how long you left it on your hand for, a nice burn that doctors equate to like having, is similar to having frostbite. Officials at Pennsylvania's Phoenixville Middle School became concerned after they say they heard students talking about the game. They quickly took action. Now, remember how I told you guys?
What's up, guys? What's up?
Moved back to Independence and a nice, well-to-do community.
Yeah.
And I'm getting letters home from the school and from the mayor about watch out for heroin in the city.
Right.
Not Phoenixville Middle School. They're sending a letter home warning parents about the Salt Ice Challenge. Our goal is to provide you with this information in order to facilitate an open communication at home to ensure the safety of our students. Come on, kids, don't put ice and salt on your hands. Please don't do that. Like I said, we did this like maybe in my early 20s. I don't know how or why somebody found out about it and found out that you could do it. And my hands used to be scarred up bad for months and months and months because we would do it drunk and I just wouldn't feel the pain. And the salt would literally be ingrained in my skin with a nice, big, wet, yellowy burn on my hand. Chris, can you flip us over to the thing, please? So we have a video so you can visualize what I'm talking about here is some guy who the sleeve robber got to. About to attempt this. Are we flipped?
Watch, there we go. There we go. Now, you know what? I'm doing it on the same hand.
Alright, fine. Hardcore.
Not surprised by the southern accents.
Ice cube on. Ready. Set. Go.
Okay.
You squeeze as tight as you can, or?
Yep. I already feel it burning. Yeah.
The camera work is phenomenal, by the way.
Dude, I feel my pulse going in my hand like doo 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 doo. We're closing in on.
It's like my heart's in my hand.
I'm counting.
By the way, Goober Pile died also.
Oh my.
But you can start to see the ice dripping from my hand.
That's what happens
The
when you
salt
squeeze
is
an ice cube in
literally
your
eating
hand.
the ice.
Yeah, no, I'll give you a hint. Even if you didn't have salt, that would still happen.
Right.
You squeeze your hand around an ice cube.
Oh yeah, it's burning. Yeah. A lot worse than last time. Closing in on
Oh, it's a baby in the room. Excellent.
So when she starts doing this subconsciously at age 5, she has video documentation as to why.
I'm just enthralled by the pictures on the wall behind him. I want to see what they are. It's moving around too much. There's just random shirtless dudes
I was
on
gonna
the
say,
wall
I see
behind
a
him.
shirtless guy.
Your Honor, I don't know why my baby girl was doing this.
Maybe it's them.
We set fine
It's
examples
them.
at our
20
house.
seconds. Cool. Yeah, it's burning.
It's rustlers.
Oh, can you tell in there?
Yes.
Yeah, I can tell.
Of course it is.
Well, because I see what looks like either hands taped or wrist taped or
Right.
something on the one. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Dude, it's burning.
It's the passion.
It is.
No, he'd never have a shirt of himself
No, yeah.
or a picture of himself.
Good call.
Come on, dude. Push it through. I'm using the same hand. There you are.
Turn boys into
No, you're not.
mans.
You're using your left. He's using his right.
No, you're not at all. You're using the exact opposite hand. Unless it just happens to be both their stroke hands, and that's what they mean.
We're going in
which case, oh, that's going to suck.
The other guy's showing the baby the pictures of the wrestlers.
Rey Mysterio.
At this rate, we're going to finish the ice cube. Maybe.
How long does this go? Can we fast forward to see the result?
Dissolve first.
Holy crap.
Oh, wait, they jumped for us. Oh, they're going to show us a close-up of the hand. Hold on.
Giving up?
Nope. See if I can get 2 of us. We're 10 seconds away from 3 minutes.
Oh my God.
I don't feel the burn.
They're still
Right.
5.5 minutes in, and they're still. Oh, cheater.
All right, I think we both did the challenge right, so we could. Yeah, we
open.
We pretty much did it. We pretty much did it. So we can unclench now. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Why do you have to time when you open?
You dick. He loses.
I wanted to see what it looked like.
I got fooled.
The other guy never had it.
That's all that's left of the ice cube. It's all that's left of the ice cube. Dude, look what it did to my hand. Dude, look what it did to mine.
Mine.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Oh my god. That's a blister. Yeah,
So,
it's like a big, like,
this is what
blister.
parents should be worried about and talking to their kids about. Is little burns on their hand. Now, one more YouTube.
Oh,
real
I thought
quick.
you were talking about people with southern accents.
That too. You search
These
in,
guys.
in YouTube.
Yeah.
Search ghost chili pepper. Now I'm gonna give it away. Actually, here, let me type it so I don't give it away. Say something interesting, girl.
So, yeah.
This was posted by Jimmy Coffin the other day. Go up to the first one. Click on the first one. Make sure we're still flipped over, Chris. Yeah. Now this is a guy. This is the I don't remember how it's pronounced. It's the Naga Boot Bolokia chili pepper. It's the hottest pepper in the world.
Bolokia, which is the hottest pepper manufactured by any guy in the United States.
So this douchebag's gonna eat the really hot pepper. Okay. Now this you can fast forward through if it stops doing this crap. You can fit how far in? Go like to a minute in.
I'm gonna fucking eat one of these things.
One.
And enjoy it. Because I eat ghost chili peppers for
breakfast. No, he doesn't.
No, as a matter of fact, you don't.
He starts to sweat.
Oh, look at that shirt.
Oh, man.
See, if you
had
let me know ahead of time, then we could have...
Well, I think this might be a different video because it said recap in the beginning. Go back, click back out of this one. Oh, yeah, this one's way too long. Go down to maybe the second one that they had. Yeah, that one sucks. Go down, yeah, go to that one. And then go if you can go to 4 minutes in, because all the first 4 minutes is this guy. He starts sweating profusely. He's talking about his tongue being on fire. So it's the whole setup of this guy eating one of these ghost chili peppers and his reaction to eating the hottest pepper in the world. So finally, 4 minutes in, he goes and gets milk. And randomly, there's a guy in an Eeyore suit sitting there watching this happen.
And it buffers.
And he gets up and he kicks the guy in the balls. If it wasn't for the buffering and the early reveal, that would have been way more hilarious.
I need a glass of milk. I need a fucking glass of milk.
And the sound being off. You heard him kick him before you saw it.
And that's it. That's Eeyore's whole appearance in the whole video for no reason. Recap idiot nominees. Pat.
Mine comes to us. Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. During their setup for their prom, don't drink and drive during prom weekend. Here's what can happen. You'll die in a fiery car accident. Their mock crash was staged. However, the fire truck that was on the scene as part of it, they assumed was in neutral with the parking brake on. The parking brake was not engaged. The truck rolled at a low rate of speed, less than 5 miles an hour, and hit one of the park's cars. 2 students, an EMS worker, 2 community volunteers, and a state trooper were all injured in the incident.
Mine is Los Angeles. God, I cannot talk today. Los Angeles County Sheriff's Detective Anthony Shapiro, who, while he was being filmed by the true TV show Bait Car, arrested a guy for stealing the bait car, went to court and under oath said that he read the guy his Miranda rights. However, after the guy said he was not Mirandized, they went back to the footage that True TV had shot and saw that the cop, just upon slapping the cuffs on the guy, said, "You watch TV, you know your rights and all that." Since he was not Mirandized, the charges against the dude who stole the car were all thrown out. The cop is now on paid leave.
A couple in Fort Wayne, Indiana, strapped their 4 kids to the car, ages 4, 5, 6, and 7, to the roof of the car and drove around. Police found them when they were pulled over. The man said that he thought the kids would enjoy it. They, by the way, had just left the liquor store.
Chris vote.
Otter.
Girl vote.
Otter.
Pat vote.
Otter.
I vote Pat. Drum roll. Game of the week winner is
Otter.
Me. It's hot in her. Let's go home. Is there Doc Rock tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you missed any part of the show, you can catch it in its entirety on morningshowcentral.com on the 24-hour live feed immediately after Band-Aid with Doc Rock tonight. Also tomorrow morning-ish on ProjectXShow.com in the archive section where it's available for live playback or download. You can find us on iTunes. Listen to the podcast on Stitcher. Search Project X Radio. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/PXShow. Follow us on Twitter @ProjectXShow. We'll be back next week with hopefully maybe a full crew and try to get somebody to do the Salt and Ice Challenge without Southern accents. We'll be back next week. Peace.